Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and assalamu alaikum. It's a great honor and privilege on behalf of my wife Asma, myself, my daughter Malaika, Javeria, my son Zuhair. Thank you so much for taking the time out in such a busy Sunday evening, and you are here to have iftar with us. I would like to formally welcome our leader, Doug Ford. Thank you so much for taking the time. And beautiful wife, Carla. Thank you so much for coming. And this is a political and very busy time for Doug, but my wife requested Doug to bring Carla, and he was so kind, and this is the love and respect you showed to our community. It's meant a lot to us, sir. We have tonight some important Muslim organizations, and I would like to have a quick, because we have about 20 more minutes, and everybody wants to speak, listen Doug, not me. So first of all, these organizations, they're doing some important job all around the world. I would like to start with the Muslim Association of Canada. Muslim Association Canada, they are running many different projects around Canada. But one of their most beautiful thing is Olive Grove School. Olive Grove School is a #1 school as per Fraser ranking. And what I personally like about them, whatever you see good in my kids, it's because of these folks. So thank you so much, guys. I also have a wonderful organization. These women I recently met, NISA Helpline. These amazing women, they working for the women with abuse, with different harassment, sexual abuse, and mental disability. So if somebody has, going through this tough time in the life, you can call them and they try to put your life on the track. So thank you so much for amazing work. Canadian Muslim Vote, everybody knows that these folks are doing amazing work and for the civic engagement of Muslim community. And because of them, in 2015, 85% Muslim voted first time in history. So thank you so much, guys. We also have Islamic Relief, which is a big name now, is worldwide. They have a project all around the globe. They have, whenever there's a disaster in the world, anywhere is vulnerable people, these folks are there with their limited resources. They try their level best. Thank you so much for making us proud and making the humanity happy. Okay. I also like to thank quickly ethnic media. You see tonight here a few people here. So what is the difference between ethnic media and mainstream? Mainstream media is a more money-making thing. They pull the string here and there, but these folks are their real volunteer. They don't get paid for that. These folks, they try to engage our community to the mainstream and bring the mainstream message to the community. So guys, thank you so much for hard work. I would like to quickly mention Arif Sheikh and Amit Shamsi from Rubru Radio. Thank you so much. They also do one of the largest event in Mississauga called Halal Food Festivals. It's one of the largest event, and once Doug Ford is next premier, I think you should invite and you should come to that festival. And I have Uwais Iqbal and Arshad Bhattisa from 360 TV, and thank you guys for here. I have Badr Munir Chaudhry, thank you for TV1 Canada, and Arfa Muzaffar and Majid Saab from TV Sazo Awaz and Radio Sazo Awaz, Bashir Khan. There are too many great, amazing people sitting here tonight, Doug. So if I start talking about, I cannot finish it. So thank you so much. I will quickly like to talk about the Muslim community. Muslim community has a long history in Canada. In first census, 1870, 13 Muslim were reported. But today, Alhamdulillah, we are 1.5 million Muslim in Canada. And I'm so proud to say some of my brothers, sisters, they are serving in armed forces. They are the best doctor, they are the best lawyer, and they're doing their best to help their fellow Canadians. So when we talk about the Ramadan is a beautiful thing. As a Muslim, we bring to a Canadian fabric. Now, what is Ramadan about it? Ramadan is basically you take your basic skills out as a human. What is the basic skill? Caring, sharing, taking care of your neighbors. These are the basic skills you take out, you polish them in whole these 30 months. So when 1.5 million people polishing their basic skill of caring and sharing, how much their fellow Canadian being benefit from this. So I think Ramadan is a beautiful gift from the Muslim for the non-Muslim or Canadian people. And this is the time when some people they fly all over the world. They go, people are facing hunger. They don't have a water. So there are some folks I know, they do amazing work. But the little in my capacity, I can do a host iftar. So in Islamic culture, you know, when you host iftar to someone, you get same reward. So I try to bring as much people as possible. This year when I was doing the iftar, so I called Doug Ford office and I told them he's a new leader and his schedule is very busy. So is it possible that I can get the date? So initially they told me he's so full. Then I personally called Doug. Doug said, Parvez, when is happening? Tell me, I will come. I want to meet the community. So as a new leader, we all have questions, and I know you all have a questions. Rob, his brother, Ford Nation has a big history. Everybody know about that, but people want to know personally who is Doug Ford is, and he's definitely coming in few minutes, and he's gonna talk about it. But I would like to share my personal experience. Last Ramadan, we had to fly to Sault Ste. Marie to help Rose Romano campaign. And when I get in the plane, I see Doug Ford is there. So I met him first time in the plane. And you know, in Islamic says is, when you want to get close to somebody, travel with them or go stay with them. So I got the opportunity to travel with Doug Ford and get to know who is he. We traveled to Sault Ste. Marie and we were canvassing in the street. And I was actually was only brown guy there. And I say, if somebody asks me, hey alien, what you doing? Yes, I better stick with the big guy. So no, I'm just kidding. So when we were knocking on the door, people come out and they say, Ford, and they start hugging him, and then he brings his daughter, his son, his mother. If nobody asks us, we are here for Rose Romano or PC party. So I said, man, this guy is a celebrity. We spent a couple of hours together on the street. Then we went to, we won that seat, by the way, after 35 years. First time we defeated liberals. And there was that night we had a big party. Once the party finished, by the time we get to hotel, we hardly slept 1 hour. Next morning, get to plane. By the time we came to Bishop Billy Airport, it was 48 hours we didn't sleep. So I was having a headache. So everybody wanted to jump in the car and run. Doug comes and he said, Parvez, can I drive you home? I said, listen, you live on Etobicoke, I live in Mississauga. What are you talking about? No way. And he insisted. He put me by force in his car. He said, let me drive you. While we were driving home, he called his beautiful wife at 7 o'clock in the morning. My daughter will never wake up. I think it's 7 or 0. So then he calls his first daughter. Then he called his second daughter. Then he called his third daughter. Man, I said, oh my God, I was inspired. I said, this is the man. He has so much balance in his personal life. Then he has a balance in his professional life. And he has a balance in now his political life. So this is the Doug Ford I know. And I know there are concerned. Guys, it is a big blue tent. We're going to have all kind of people there. Don't just sit down and take the assumptions. We are a human. Everybody does mistake. We have to come out. We have what our Prophet ﷺ used to do. He born in Makkah. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He born in Makkah, and this was his beloved land. But there was a time people annoying him too much, and he left the Makkah. So when he left the Makkah, his homeland, and after a few years when they took our back, when he was coming back to Makkah, people were scared. They said, oh man, this guy is coming. We were planning to kill him. Now he's gonna beat us up. The time our Prophet entered in the Makkah, his head was down. His beard was touching his camel. He was humble. And when he came in the Makkah, he said, everybody is forgiven. So this is the way we have to deal the hate. And look at the woman you used to throw garbage on our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam every day. And one day she didn't throw the garbage. So Prophet asked, where is the woman? They said, she is sick. He went inside and he said, what can I do for you? So this is the way we have to deal with this thing. Sue McFadden just mentioned you the Meadowville Mosque. There were 200 people were holding a hateful literature about Islam and Muslim. But when they came inside to Sue or Ron or Karen or our mayor, she said, no, this is not the Muslim community. This is the all misleading. So we have a Doug. Guys, trust on this gentleman. He's gonna do it for us. And how you can take your voice there, what role you can play, I can tell you quickly. We have our very strong sister, Sama Musarrat. Sama is from Black Creek, Humberview, Black Creek Drive, right? What's the riding? Humber River, Black Creek riding. She's an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. She's activist. And we also have a Khalid Rashid. Khalid is a young professional. And he's a very good activist, volunteer, and I call him my younger brother. And I have a Muhammad Latif all the way from Windsor to Tecumseh. I have many other people sitting here, but I'm not mentioning them. I want to recognize them. I want to tell you guys, Doug is going to the big office. He's doing some serious job. I'm telling you guys, he's a man of his word. He's gonna do some serious job. If you want that your word is there, and you want that those policy, whatever he is doing, you want to be part of that policy, then elect these individuals. These individuals will go in the office and sitting with Queen's Park, with Doug Ford, and they will do what we want. Trust me, sex ed is hurting me. There's lots of other stuffs are hurting me. As a Canadian, I didn't choose this country because of those all things. So here is our man. He's gonna do it without any delay. I know everybody wants to hear him, but these were the important things I wanted to say. Our next leader and next premier of Ontario, my good friend Doug Ford.
That was, you know, Parvez. Oh, I think I just turned this off here. There we go. My brother Parvez, I thank you for having me. You say there was a couple of people coming to your place. Look at this place, beautiful. I want to thank you, your whole family, for having us here today. It's a real honor and privilege to share the holy month of Ramadan, celebrate it with each and every one of you. But there's a little story that maybe a few of you know and a few of you don't know, and I see my other brother Saeed sitting there waiting for me to tell the story. I asked Parvez if I could. So the Fords were celebrating Ramadan back in 1982. Think of that, 1982. We'd celebrate it every single year in our home. And I'll tell you why. My father went over to Morocco. I think it was maybe it was 81, 82, but I'm pretty sure it was 82. Went over to Morocco and had a little trip with a friend over there and came back home. And all of a sudden, he received a letter in the mail from a gentleman that he met over there. I believe he was the fire chief or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the fire chief that he met. I don't know how he met him, but he just met the fire chief. And he said, my son wants to come over to Canada, in Toronto, and study something called computers. Now just think, 1982. And he's going to go to this school called DeVry Institute of Technology. And just think, that's when computers were just, you know, coming into play and everyone was learning about it. And I think there was a program called DOS back then, or I can't even remember. But anyways, he came and he said, my son only is going to stay 5 days with you, and then he's going to find a place to stay. Well, the Ford household was open to everyone in the community, even back then, and people would be staying. Well, his name was Mohsin Hanafi, and that's why I always tell everyone I have a Muslim brother. Mohsin came, and as we all got older, I think I was 17, 18 at the time, and Mohsin was, I think, about 19, 20. And when he came over, as we all grew up, 10 years later, Mohsin was still living at home with my parents. So there you go. And our family would celebrate Ramadan with him and respect his culture. Now just think, back in 1980, 81, 82, there wasn't as large of a Muslim community. Think of that. So, and he, you know, he was an incredible person. And as we learned over the years about the Muslim community, and tonight, as you said, Parvez, how you give back to the community in so many different ways, through the education system, through even tonight when you said we're having a food bank. That is what the Muslim community is about, is giving back. It's about family. And I just want to wish everyone all the best. I'm not going to get into a political speech, by the way, my friend. You should run for politics, by the way. You sounded pretty good up here. Parvez, I want to wish everyone a healthy, happy, and very prosperous celebration over the next month. I wish each and every one of you and your families all the best. Thank you.